Job 38:31, can you bind the sweet influences of Pleiades? Well, if the planets didn't have any influence on you or me, why does it say it does in the Bible? And it's the sweet influences of Pleiades. Pleiades is the star cluster in the constellation Taurus. It means the influences to the ego, the influences to ambition, the influences to the macho strength. Can you put a halter on that? Well, it says, or can you loose the bands of Orion? Orion's another constellation. Why is the Bible saying that these planets have an influence if they don't? They do. And what the Aquarian age is what the kids call the harmonic convergence, is a time when there's going to be tremendous peace. And that's why people are going to be caught up in compassion for animals, compassion for the ecology, compassion for one another. I don't see there's any way of this war that everybody's frightened about. You know, anybody can be wrong, but I mean, this is the age we're moving closer and closer to this time of universal peace and individuality and life. And it all happens within you, because as the universe is out there, so it is in here. See? So what happens, see, in the story, let me go back to these cast of characters over here so you get a better idea. We'll show you these characters. Uranus, which is the god of heaven. Okay, Saturn, which is, of course, the star, the sun, one of the fallen, kind of, I guess you'd say, like the prodigal son. Uranus casts his children into Hades, which is the lower depths. Now, this is the mythology of the stars, of the Zodiac. He shuts them up in a lower earth or imprisons them. Now, does that ring a bell with you? Here it is. God shuts up that which is Saturn into the lower earth, not out of hatred for them, but out of love for us. If you remember in Revelation 20, verse 2 and 3, it says, Satan is bound 1,000 years. Okay, that's the negative aspects of Saturn. What that's telling you is that due to the effect, the planetary effect, the movement in the universe that God has ordained, Uranus then overrides the effect of that which is Saturn or Satan, and we live in Christ consciousness because there is none of the negativity of the lower mind. Okay? There's good reason to believe, folks, that Satan and Saturn are one and the same. It says in Revelation 27, when the 1,000 years are expired, Satan shall be loosed out of his prison, and he shall go out and deceive the nations. So obviously what's being said here is in an astronomical way, at that point, Saturn will move out of the influences of Uranus, and then that negative influence will come back down to Earth again. Okay? So then we see how the prophecies in the Bible, and in the book of Revelation, can be fulfilled and are being fulfilled by the activities of the comets and the planets and the constellations in the universe, which, as God has ordained them. So right now, as we're talking, Uranus is swinging through the heavens to its celestial throne. And we have to make a cosmic rendezvous. I mean, and you make that cosmic rendezvous by lifting yourself up into that Om, up into that nothingness, up into that higher realm of communion with that which is God. You make a communion with that which is the universal strength. That's why Jesus Christ said, if your eye be single, your body will fill with light. Because if your eye is single, you raise yourself up into that higher consciousness, and that's where you make that rendezvous, with which is the celestial message that is coming out of the universe, ordained and created by God. And that basically is the age of Aquarius.